My name is Will and welcome to the Distorted Transmission for today. I'm talking to Auckland band Darktide. How are you guys?
Yeah, good.
Awesome, man. That was large.
Cool. So first is intros. Could you guys introduce yourself, please?
I'm James. I play guitar.
Dan, I'm the drummer.
I'm Ethan. I'm the vocalist.
We're missing Raymond and Rowan. Rowan plays guitar as well, and Raymond's on bass guitar.
Cool. Okay, so you guys have been around a little while, not too long though. So could you give me a sort of a brief overview of the band's history up to this point?
Basically, me and Dan played in a band when we were younger called Ascensions or The Cursed, depending on what era you went and seen us. We always played with Ethan and Rowan's band called Austere, and we also, all those bands collectively, would play with Raymond's band, Till Death Do Us Party. I always talked to Ethan about making a project and doing something, but it never really happened at the time. And I just always stayed jamming with Dan throughout the years. And me and Dan kind of had a little project going, just sort of riffing out in his garage. And then Ethan hit me up saying he wanted to come in and do vocals for something. And I was like, see what happens. Yeah, I kind of got something you could jump in on. I don't know if it's right, but we'll see if it works. And then, he came in for a little bit, eventually needed a bass player and another guitarist, and Rowan and Ray just sort of seemed to be the instinctual decisions to jump in there straight away, and it's kind of taken off from there.
What was the sort of era that you guys were playing in bands together? When was that?
2010?
Yeah, around 2010.
Yeah, 2010.
Good 2 or 3 years.
Time real cringy deathcore era. The good stuff. Yeah, spaghetti strings on guitars. No one could afford a 7-string.
Golden days.
Yeah, the good old stuff.
Playing at Crowbar and King's Arms, that sort of stuff.
Did you do the crab thing?
Oh,
we did
the centipede. Eh?
What's a centipede? What's that?
Yeah, I don't know.
It's too many beers and a lot of affection between your bandmates, and you kind of make a line with each other, and you can kind of imagine it as the breakdown hits. It was
very, very deathcore.
I enjoyed it. I don't know about the crowd, but I'll be honest, I don't really remember that one too well. So.
Fair enough. So, No One, Nowhere, Nothing EP. That's the name of the EP, in case anyone's wondering. I'll start again. No One, Nowhere, Nothing EP is dropping on the 23rd of June. Which of course was last week now, but at the time of recording this interview, it was in a few days' time. So let's talk about the EP that is already dropped, but will be dropped in 3 days' time in the past. So could you tell me about your EP, please? Where did you record it? Who are the primary songwriters? All that kind of stuff.
Ethan actually came up with majority of the songs, and I think he'll bring it in, and collectively we all kind of chip away at it. Make some tweaks here and there. The guitarists and bass work their magic on it, and I learn the drums.
Yeah, I tend to try to form most of the bones of a song just at home, recording it, writing some electronic drums and getting it structured out, and then bringing that into practice and workshopping it with the guys.
Yeah, it's definitely nice having a whole template to work off rather than just trying to piece together things. Not sure if this goes here, that goes there. It's nice for me to have something put in front of me and then be able to chip away and perfect that rather than just start from the ground up.
A lot of the rhythms and the patterns that they need to be kind of nailed down before you can play them together. You can't really jam them because it'd just be a cacophony otherwise.
Yeah, for sure.
We find at practice sometimes we'll come up with a riff and then it'll be gone by the next practice unless we get it tracked and into some sort of structure.
If you want to take a dig at me, bro, it's all good. You can just do it off camera. Yeah, no, I'm shocking at making something up and then forgetting it 5 minutes later. So it's definitely good having Ethan and Rowan that can go back and track stuff and then you can come back to it the next day with a fresh mind as well, rather than just trying to burn yourself out over and over again.
We've got a riff library, which is good for our future works.
So you also did a music video that's going to drop at the same time. So that would have already dropped technically, but it's about to. Did you do that video yourself? Were you responsible for that?
The music video was, we decided to do it in-house. I don't know if it's just me that thinks this way, but we definitely started with a really, really simple idea, like just we'll film us in the bush and give people to look at while they listen to our music. And then I think as we kind of started planning it and going about it, we sort of realized the amount of effort we're putting in, it's only a little bit more to kind of get a way better result. So we sort of, throughout the entire process, I know that me and Ethan talking about it a lot, we're like, why don't we just add this? Or why don't we just do this a little bit different? And kind of ended up with a full production that we never really planned on having. But yeah, the end result is definitely something I'm really proud of. I think Ethan did all of the editing, and I think he should probably be real wrapped on it too. I'm pretty impressed with it. So
Came out well.
It's definitely been a labour of love over the past sort of few months, I guess, that we've been working on it. But yeah, stoked with how it's come out. Hopefully contends with some of the bit bigger budget stuff out there.
I've seen quite a few videos lately, so I'm trying to like remember yours among the others to make sure I've got the right one. But there's quite a few sort of woodsy scenes, and they're sort of symmetrically mirrored. Is that your one?
That's us. Yeah, that's us. Yeah.
I really like that. I was actually really impressed when I saw that effect. I thought that it's so simple and yet it's so clean, and there's a certain beauty to that symmetry with the trees. So, yeah, well done.
Thanks, man. Yeah, definitely pretty wrapped with how it turned out.
You also have a show on the 24th of June, which would have also happened, unfortunately. The timing of recording this video was unfortunate. It would have been good if we'd done it about a week or so ago, but perhaps you have plans to do other gigs in the future, or like a mini tour to support the EP, or...
I think we'll let that evolve. We've got this show coming up, which is our first show, and it's blowing the rust off, basically. I don't think any of us have been on the stage for a while, and we're looking forward to it, that's for sure. Yeah, in the future, there are plans for other various gigs here and there. Not necessarily an EP tour at this stage, but maybe something in the future along those lines.
Yeah, definitely. I think looking at something like that, once we've kind of got a few more shows under our belt, would be the sensible idea, rather than just book out a tour right now and shoot straight out the door to find out we actually suck playing live now. So
Sure. You also mentioned that there were potentially some shows coming up that you can't really talk about because they haven't been announced, but will they be in sort of Auckland or tentatively other parts of the country?
So there's one coming up in Hamilton, and then there's another one in Wellington that we'll be doing.
Okay.
Both of them are pretty cool shows, so pretty hyped to announce them. So might be out when this video's out, so I don't know what I say or don't, but yeah, no, there's some cool shows coming up in those towns that you can look forward to if you're there.
Yeah, it's definitely good that you're taking it out of Auckland, because you're playing one in Auckland this weekend, so it'd be good to play it around the place.
Yeah, definitely.
Do you have many other songs? I know like bands quite often when they start out, they've only got like a small sort of pocket of songs, just enough for an EP, but I suspect you may have a whole bunch more in the wings.
We definitely have a few under works at the moment, which we'll be looking to, I guess, future plans, do some more singles following the EP to keep that momentum.
Yeah, I think a full length after maybe one or two more singles. Full length's definitely been talked about a lot. Definitely something we want to do. But I think that might take us, maybe a year to get fully done and everything. So it'll be cool to put out a couple more singles, give a little bit more of what we're about, and then hide away and track a full length.
I really like albums. I like bodies of work, but for like a new band, sometimes that can be quite detrimental because you sort of have to stay in the limelight a lot,
Yeah.
It's difficult.
Definitely. Yeah, I think anyone that's seen any of our social medias, we've probably put a lot of effort into them and trying to get them moving. So I think, to just kind of leave all that kind of stuff behind and tuck away, only a month or two after putting that in would kind of not really make sense at the moment. So
I suppose you
can definitely get some more shows under our belts as well. I think punch a bit of a name in for ourselves a little bit more before we go disappear and ride full length.
I think that's how it works. You shout your name repetitively with shows, and then you can tuck away, drop an album, and people will say, "Oh, they're back."
There was a band I was in. We dropped a large body of work, and then we sort of had trouble, staying current. So what we did was we released a lot of videos to sort of support the songs off that release. So you could look at doing that. Not that I'm telling you what to do, but just as an idea. Like there's the No One Nowhere Nothing EP. You've got those songs. You could also turn those into little videos as well, and like a similar theme. So it's kind of like a triptych or like a sort of a body of videos that work together. Or I don't know. That's just an idea I had.
Yeah, it's definitely a cool idea. Keep bringing it back, kind of thing.
All right, cool. So you've got the No One single on Bandcamp already. I'm a Bandcamp guy. I like to own music. So are you planning to drop the EP and all that there?
By the time this comes out, it'll already be out. So you'll be able to pick that up for a pretty penny.
What are you going to have it on Bandcamp for? $666 or what's the price?
Free.
Yeah, name your price. I don't think we're expecting to get rich off it.
Yeah.
It's a labor of love.
I'd rather you listen to it than pay for it, to be honest.
It'll be the price of a coffee, probably. If that.
Cool. All right. Well, we're sort of just running out of time, and you're sort of a new band, so we don't have a lot to talk about at this stage in the game. Maybe we can talk again in a year's time or something when you've got more to release. But is there anything else you'd like to mention to people who are watching? Is there anything else you'd like to add?
Yeah, so when this is out, our EP's out, our music video's out. Check out the music video on YouTube. We'll be sharing it through Beheading the Traitors YouTube page. If anyone knows them, you can check it out on there. Otherwise, put links all over Facebook. You can check us out there too. The EP will be up on Spotify, Bandcamp, Apple Music.
All of them. Deezer, Tidal.
Yeah, all
the digital streaming.
Super spreader event.
Yeah. Yeah, and we always keep our socials pretty up to date. So to keep up to date with any tours or shows, that'll be where you find it.
Sweet. All right, guys. Well, thanks for the chat tonight, and best of luck going forwards with the EP release and the show this weekend. Good luck with that.
Thanks.
Cheers. Thank you.
All right, cool. Say goodbye, everybody. Goodbye.
See you later.
See ya.
Thanks for watching.